Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Dream Oracle for You. I am your host, and as always, we have my wonderful co host, Biljana, on the episode. As you see, there are just two of us today. This is a rare occurrence for Biljana and I. We normally like to have a guest and let the conversation flow in that way. But this is the final episode for 2025 for season 2, episode 45. And so we thought we would just catch up and, kind of have a year in reflection of Dream Oracle for you. As always, we don't know where the conversation is going to go. We're just going to let it flow. And we hope you all enjoy today's episode. So, Biljana, as always, I'm just going to pass you the torch just to kick us off.
Wow, 2025, what a big year. And we say that every year, um, that every year is a big year, or the next year is going to be massive with lots of changes. But I feel like this year, for me, particularly, like a lot of things have happened. And doing this podcast, it's been amazing because, obviously we met last year, but I feel like everything has evolved as we've gone through the year, meeting different people from different backgrounds and just kind of going with the flow as we do with every episode. And we've evolved after each episode and learnt so much that I'm so excited for next year as well and where it goes. So yeah, stay tuned next year for what's to come, because we've got some exciting things. And like everyone else, we change and grow, so this will change and grow naturally as it's supposed to for both of us. We don't know how it's going to look, but it's going to be exciting. So yeah, how have you felt this year's gone for you?
Yeah, I mean, the evolution definitely is a way to sum up the last year, which, I mean, I guess it's good. That's the whole point of being here on Earth anyway, is to evolve and to grow, right? And this podcast has definitely been no exception to that. It's been a lot of fun. Every episode, I feel, has had just something special about it. The guest was, whichever guest we were talking to, they were always phenomenal. They had great stories to share, great insights. And, when we started this podcast, we really just started it kind of as an interest, right? We were interested in dreams, interested in knowing more and learning more, but the actual, you know, details of dreaming and how to dream and the types of dreams and just all the different topics that we've even covered in the last year. A lot of it was foreign to me before we actually did the episode. So we have learned a lot and we have grown a lot in the last year. And I hope our audience members has has done that as well. And it's also, not just in the podcast that we've grown, but we've grown, you know, as individuals as well throughout the evolution of the podcast as well. So yeah, it's been
Yeah, definitely.
a very fun, interesting, exciting year. And next year, I can only imagine how much better it's going to be. Not that we need to have it better than it was this year, but
Yeah. And I found, like, with the different topics and the people we've had on, um, it's given us language. I know for me, it's given me language to, like, the experiences that I've had. So it's not necessarily that we're oblivious to those sort of things. It's just putting it in context, because what you experience, what you feel, it's so hard to express and comprehend sometimes. I bought a book to, even like a synonym book. So even just to be able to describe things in different ways, like with different words, to help me express myself, because sometimes you can't just use the same language all the time. So for me, that's how it's felt, like the different topics we've talked about. It's helped me with my languaging and expression through just my everyday life. And I hope that's helped other people as well. Especially with the sleep paralysis topic that we had with Rachel Vaughan, that I never like thought of it that way, but it was just before we had that session, I had an experience like that. And as we talked about it with Rachel and, talking with other people, that they've had similar experiences. So it's very comforting to know that, what we've been talking about has resonated with people as well. And yeah, I look forward to the different topics, and even revisiting some topics on a deeper level next year might be something we do. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I know we've been brainstorming and writing down ideas for the next year. No, we're still in the scheduling process for that, so it'll be a fun time. But yeah, I like that you focus on the language of things because that is true. There's like a lot of the topics that we've discussed about, you've kind of heard in passing, but did you actually experience it, or did you actually know how to describe or have that conversation about those types of experiences? And I found with pretty much every episode that we did, every guest we spoke to, the lucid dreaming in particular is standing out to me because um, that's that's one experience where, sorry, let me back up. What I want to say is, as we went through each episode, like, new ideas and new details, new languages, it would come into our awareness. And I think one of the things that you can learn from, or what I've learned in the past year, and definitely I think you can take away from our episodes, is sometimes you can't have an experience until you're aware of what the experience can be. You know what I mean? So it's, out of body experiences, lucid dreaming, all of that. I've definitely have heard of it long before we did the podcast, but did I actually experience what those things were? I can't say I did, at least not to the level that I have in the past year. And boy, the dream space has been a ride and a lot of fun since we started this podcast and just being more into dreams and everything.
Yeah. Do you have like a high point for the podcast? Any like standout moments that really have um flipped a switch in you, or something in particular that you like? If I was to ask you one thing, like, is there anything that really stands out?
Yeah, that is a fantastic question, and it's hard to pinpoint. But I would say the most exhilarating dream experience that I had in the past year that came from just whatever conversations we were having is definitely the flying experience. Like there is nothing, I can't think of any dream experience that I've ever had. Nothing tops what it feels like to fly in a dream. That has been absolutely, and I don't even remember which episode that came up in particular. It might have been connected with lucid dreaming. I'm not really sure where it came, but I mean, one of the things that we've focused on a lot, we did this when we had our experiments back the end of last year, where we were focusing on intention versus non-intentional dreaming. And I think part of the flying experience came out from the realization of just how important intentional dreaming is, or setting intentions for what you want to experience, what you want to get out of your dream realm. That for me was flying because I distinctly remember saying that I wanted, or setting the intention that I wanted to experience flying in a dream. And it came more than once. It's at least a couple times in the past year that I've had a flying dream. And like I said, absolutely exhilarating to feel.
Yeah, cool. That's
What about
awesome. Yeah,
what about you?
I've never had a flying dream, so I'm yet to experience that, but it will come eventually. For me, I think it was Bieber Logan. It was just, I think, like at the time, I can't remember what episode it was, but she's into quantum healing and an artist as well. And it was just, I think it was just her beingness, her just the way she presented herself in the episode. Um, it showed that you can be excited but not overwhelm yourself with trying to understand and trying to figure out things all at once. So I think at the time, I think I was very like excited about trying to figure out what dreams are, and trying to use them to, I don't know, understand myself a little bit more. I'm still doing that, but I think just a calm nature just kind of made me feel, yeah, okay, like just let things flow and happen naturally and not trying to force anything to come through. So yeah, I think that's the one that stands out for me the most. That because personally that's I suppose that's what I needed at the time. And even now I still feel I'm like, oh yeah, that was really good to get that insight, I think. But yeah, all the topics have been really great because they're new for me, and like I said before, it's bringing awareness and ways to express yourself. So yeah, it's definitely like a lot of the topics have landed a lot more now than at the time we had the episodes, and yeah, so it's really good. And yeah, if anyone that listens to our podcast and if you want to comment below any of the episodes, and if you or this one, and suggest any topics that you'd like to hear as well, that would be pretty cool because then we can go exploring, and we're sharing things that people are interested in as well.
Yeah, yeah, no, absolutely. Um, yeah, the Biba episode was awesome. I mean, every episode. I really don't want to single out any particular guest because they were all every
Yeah,
episode had something impactful, I think, to offer and to learn from.
yeah,
Um, yeah, it's just, I mean, I don't want to sit here and list up all the episodes. Maybe I'll just put in the show notes or just a link to the playlist. Go listen to them, folks. It's been a really great journey the past year. I've talked to a lot of different people, learned a lot of different topics. And it's just been so much fun. And I also want to just take a moment to appreciate all of our subscribers and our viewers, and commenters in the past year because it's been really great to it definitely fills me up when I put out an episode and then I get a comment and it's like, oh, this episode really resonated with me, or this was a great talk, really great discussion, and all of that. So keep on going, everyone. We definitely appreciate the feedback, good or positive. It's so good or positive. Couldn't even put bad in there. How funny is that? If there's any sort of constructive feedback as well, we do welcome that as well. And as Biljana said, if there's something you want to see, definitely let us know, and we'll make it happen. um,
yeah,
yeah, I'm just like my brain is just like going through the various different episodes because, like I said, there was something to learn from all of them. With Dr. Val, the neuroscience episode, like that one was really fascinating to just hear kind of the rewiring process of the brain and how that relates to dreams. And then Sean Leonard with the spirit animals and that connection to dreams. Um, just the focus on frequency. So we've had Sarah Xanthos on twice this year and really talking about, oh, we did one talking about daydreaming, and then we did one talking about the frequency, like where you're at when you go to sleep, how that impacts your dream state. And there's just so much numerology with Georgina. Like that was a fantastic episode because it was just the vibe. Like we were all having so much fun talking about
yeah,
talking about numerology and energy. And that's actually a good pivot point, for us to kind of mention as well is, you know, everything is energy. Absolutely, in the universe, that's everything is energy. And when it comes to your dreams, or when it comes to just how you carry yourself from day to day, how you learn, how you grow, it can all be whittled down to the energy, whether that's, you know, a high frequency energy or a low frequency energy. And with numerology is numbers, is kind of the language of the universe. And so it was really cool to learn how different energies can come into the dream space in terms of numbers and the different modalities that you will see that. But as we went along throughout the various episodes, we've also have learned other ways in which energy can kind of come through. One of them is just the feeling, you know. I know that your focus in dreaming is typically on how a dream makes you feel, which is again an emotion. It's an energy as well. And the one that we want to focus on, which has come up with Estelle's episode that we recently did. Actually, that was the last episode we did.
Yeah.
um, was the connection between energies and colors. And since that has come up, I think we actually touched very, very briefly on that in the numerology episode as well. Just the idea that colors and numbers and energy can all go kind of hand in hand. Um, that that has come up a lot for me because, and I still don't understand it. So that's definitely somewhere where I think one of our episodes should focus on in the new year is the energy of colors and how that can come through in your dreams. Because, you know, I've had dreams where I've had like a red balloon. Well, is the red important? What's the energy of the red balloon? Just even, I think it was last night, and there was a ball in my dream, and the ball was blue. And I woke up, I'm like, oh, the blue energy. What is coming through with the blue energy, you know? So, yeah.
Yeah, that would be a fascinating topic to dive into. And I feel like I get drawn back into looking at colors in dreams when, something pop up on like what I'm researching, and like there's an article that pops up that I'm maybe supposed to read. So I like bookmark that for a time where I feel like we're ready to dive into that. So I feel like that's something to look into it, because people are learning more and more about energy and frequency and all that sort of stuff with sound. Um, so it'd be good to do like colors, because it's everywhere. It's around us everywhere. So it's like you say, everything is energy. Learning, different words have an energy to it, and learning the power behind these things, and they've been used in they've been inverted, so in ways that are not good for us, so we can use our power to put the right energy into how we speak, um, how we present ourselves to the world, and also being able to discern a lot better from what comes to us as well, what's good for us. People we're listening to on the internet, being able to discern if they're, saying the right thing for us. So yeah, that's a bit off topic, but it's all related. It's hard to not connect things together. And so then you can take that into the dream realm, and you'll be able to discern what's good for you or what's not, if there's any sort of um manipulation in your dream from external forces, external energies. And it doesn't have to be like scary, but it's the more you empower yourself when you're awake, you can discern a lot better when you're sleeping. So that's kind of what I've learned over this year, or probably the last 3 years, is not, you don't have to be scared of these things. It's good to just be aware. And the more you talk to people, like even with us with a podcast, which is talking to different people, and they have their different takes, and you just take what resonates. um but yeah, not to be afraid, but it's important to be curious and look within. So yeah. um I suppose, do you want to touch on the course that we just run, because we've
Yeah,
got one next year.
we do. Mm, our next course is tentatively scheduled for March. You can check it out on our website. Yeah, the course, you know, as much as we're teaching our dreamer, Estelle, she was also teaching us. And I think that was not that I didn't anticipate that with the course, but it was definitely something that made the course even more enjoyable and exciting to like I really looked forward to every session that we had, our weekly dream discussion course session, whatever we want to call it. It was just so much, it was so much fun. And I liked how we structured it, but definitely with some of the feedback from Estelle, we can enhance for the next for the next round. Um, what
So what were the topics? Just so for people that like if maybe they're interested in doing the one in March, what were
right?
the topics that we covered?
Yeah, you're putting me on the spot here. No, no, I'm just kidding. Well, and I mean, we may change the order of how things go, but it's a focus on just how to remember your dreams, intention setting with dreams, the concept of dream journaling, how like examples of how you can dream journal and how it's a tool to help you remember. We also talked about numerology and just in general energy, sort of like kind of like protect. I think we touched a little bit on protection modes so that you can, when you go to sleep, you're going in a in a good frequency and not it's like the classic thing, you don't go to bed mad kind of thing that
Yeah,
ties over
yeah.
in your dream space. And then we just have a big like the first couple of weeks is more just theory based. We're focusing on everything that is covered so far, and then we just do dream discussions and interpretations. So it gives you time to start having depending on where you are in your dream space. The course is open to anybody. You could be a experienced dreamer or you don't even remember your dreams. Like there's going to be something in it for everybody in the course. And it's an opportunity for, not just for you to get one-on-one time with Biljana and I and learn more you know, and focus on that, but it's also to learn from each other. It's kind of the space that we're providing with that. And um, yeah, we do just a focus on interpretation. So we'll talk about that's why numerology comes up and symbols and the feelings and whatnot. And have I missed anything?
No, that's pretty much it because like yeah, like you say, the first couple of weeks we touch on topics, so it's talking about these topics. So if you are completely new to it, or you like we've talked about before, you haven't got a name to like the types of dreams you've been having. So it's just giving people some clarification on that and opening it up for discussion is like the most important thing because we learn as much as the people doing the course with us learn as well because we're not you, we haven't experienced your dreams, so you could be having like these really wild and wacky dreams and I probably haven't had, and I might think that's really cool, or you might have ways that lucid dream that I haven't worked on before. And if it, yeah, and also like having that discussion to help you interpret. So I think the we say, the best person to interpret your dream is yourself. But sometimes having another person just to give you a bit of, piece of the puzzle helps as well. So if we're discussing it, that really helps unlock something in you because it could be like one suggestion someone says and you're like, oh, I had a dream like 2 months ago and that's what's relating to that. It's yeah, that's what I found was really good and um yeah, it just very relaxed and a safe space. You can share whatever you want to share and yeah, so yeah, I'm looking forward to the next one. And yeah, each time we do it, we're just going to get better and better and yeah, I'm very excited for next year.
Yeah, me too. Absolutely. And I had a thing I was going to say in relation to that, but it has floated by. Um, oh, it's about the dream discussion. So I think another important aspect of the dream discussion is also it's part of being able to remember your dreams, recall your dreams, and just allow your dreams to be a tool for yourself as opposed to just something random that you do at night comes with a focus on paying attention to your dreams to begin with. And so I think having the weekly discussions help with that, because I know for me, you know, when we were doing the course, I might not have been fully paying attention to my dreams throughout the whole week, but when it came really close to the date when we were having our dream discussion, like I ramped up and was like, oh, I need to have a dream to talk about this week. And, so I'd be really putting the intention out there. And it almost always happened literally the night before the discussion, a dream would come through and it would be something for us a topic for us to focus on for that particular day or whatever it was. And it was all very synchronistic as well. I found like all of all of our dreams that were being shared somehow interrelated or interconnected, or just we were able to learn and grow from each other's dreams, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
No, yeah, absolutely, for sure. So, yeah, very excited. And yeah, all the details are on our website. So if you're interested, you reach out. And yeah, we're very excited for that. I'm also excited, like while we're having this break in December, I'd really want to get into the children's book and
Yes.
really yeah, because that I feel like that's where the change will happen with the children, and also like tapping into my inner child as well. Finding that fun aspect again. Kids love rhymes and really colorful pictures. So yeah, I'm really excited. We've got a great illustrator as well, so that will
Yeah.
give me time to jump into that. And
Yeah, go check out the episode with Holly Milner.
yeah,
Yeah, and I mean, the new year is going to be a whole new evolution for me as well, as has this past year been, because for the last 9 months, I've been, growing a human being inside of me, which she's soon going to make her debut, and definitely will likely be making a debut in the next in the next season. But I like that you want to focus on the dream, the children's book over. I mean, we're both going to be contributing to it, of course, as well, but um, that we want to have that be a focus over the break, because I feel especially the last month or two, like everything is gone baby mode for me. And even today, like we were out shopping and I'm just like gravitated. I'm in the baby section. I'm looking at all the different baby things and whatnot. And I've been going to thrift stores and making like a little book collection. So getting, I'm getting a feel for the different types of children's books that are out there, and that sort of thing as well. So, there will be a little bit of that will come in. But when you talk about the inner child and kind of that excitement and motivation, I really feel that because, well, I showed you earlier, but our guests don't know. I've started making dream catchers. This kind of came about after we had Sean Leonard on in September, and we got talking about dream catchers as a tool to help you remember your dreams and all of that good stuff. And so I've started making them, and there's been like a period for the last few weeks, a month or so, where I just wasn't making them as much as I would like to or whatnot. And then today I happened to be visiting a friend and happened to show a picture of the dream catcher. And her little girl, who's like 6 or 7, was really excited about the dream catcher. And she's like, I want a dream catcher. And I was like, oh, great. Well, I'll just make you one. And then I came home and within a couple hours made a nice little dream catcher. So that inner child in kids definitely is um, a motivation to, I don't know where I want to say with this, but I like that's kind of one angle that we're going to be going with the podcast, and just the I don't know what you would call it, just content that we're putting out there for the world. It's not just for the adults. We also want to have a space for children to learn, grow, appreciate their dreams, and get the most from it. Because, as we say, dreams are a way to connect with yourself and, learn about yourself on a much deeper level. And I think kids having access to dreams and um, you know, learning about dreams and everything that comes with that, I think is very profound for them to develop at a young age.
Yeah, and it's keeping that imagination alive in them. So, we're going to be as we're making these dream catchers, it's not just a dream catcher. Like, you can use that to help you remember your dreams, but it's putting your intention in that dream catcher. So it's whether we put it in or we teach people to do that for themselves. So like kids respond to that like that. They get it when you say to them, if you just talk to the dream catcher and you just say what you want out of it, like they get that straight away. It's us adults that we have to unlearn all the crap to tap back into that inner child. So yeah, that's what I'm excited about. And I've got more nieces and nephews come into the family as well. So I feel like that's what I'll be doing as well, with the book as well as the dream catcher. And that might even spark some interest and curiosity from the parents as well.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
that's the best way to do it, is like teach the kids and the kids will then teach their parents.
Absolutely. Oh, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, hmm. What else do you want to talk about?
I think that's pretty much it. Like I just yeah, when you said to have a final chat, I'm like, oh, but it's like it's perfect for both of us, while I'm traveling, and then also you got the little one coming out in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're due on the 13th. So, you know, there's like perfect timing to, just reflect and reminisce, as well as, collate everything that we've learnt and yeah, move forward into 2026 for the 1 year, for the one energy,
Yeah,
starting the cycle with
absolutely.
strong and positive intentions.
Which I have to just point this out, and this is going to be a little nod to Georgina and our numerology episode. This is episode 45, nine, nine energy, end of a cycle.
Yeah,
Uh, you
can't
know,
make that shit up.
no, you can't. I mean, there might have been a little bit of intention behind that, but it definitely was meant to be that way, I think.
Yeah,
And well, I guess you've started December 1st in Australia, but it's still November 30th for me. So it's just like, we're on that cusp of the last month, I guess, of 2025. So it's
yeah.
and it's supposed to be if we there's so I'm going to do a little shout out for Dr. Val. I hope that's okay. She'll probably appreciate it. So Dr. Val she has two podcasts. She has the Neuro Spiritual Awakening podcast. So we had Dr. Val on for episode 36 for anybody who doesn't know who Dr. Val is. She's the neuroscientist. And she started another podcast with a lady. I can't remember the lady's name. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad with names. But they have a focus on kind of energy and numerology, and they kind of do like a monthly chat. And so one of the things that came out of their November episode was talking about how the last like week of November and then leading into December is all about kind of like creativity. And so you talking about that inner child and working on the children's book, like that's going to be the creative energy that's going to come through in that. So that's exciting.
That's very interesting, especially like, the synchronicities that I was telling you about last week, from the 23rd to the 27th were the dates that come up for me. And that was the dates where I was getting some inspiration to like really talk about the things I've been learning and sharing in different ways, like on social media or, with people in person conversations. So I like how that kind of goes with what you just said about Dr.
Yeah.
Val. It's so good.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you want to chat about any of the things that you've learned tangentially to Dream Oracle, I guess?
Um, what I've learned about dreams, or
No, tangentially. So like, you just said that like the your focus in the last, couple weeks or whatever, you've like learned and grown on some things, and I guess reflecting in the past year. Um, I guess I'm asking about that, and also your heart-centered course that you
oh
have and
yes,
that kind of stuff.
yeah. No, I get you now. So for me, like trying to tie in like what we're doing with this, and then moving that into like what I'd love doing is like helping people reconnect with their heart, and so like the last week, that's what I've been focusing on, like without any sort of structure or schedule, but that's just kind of the timing that I felt like I was supposed to be, putting some posts on Facebook, and sharing my journey as I'm traveling as well, like physically traveling around Australia, and yeah, focusing on, really um, connecting with your heart, because then you can take it into every aspect of your life. You can take those learnings into your dreams. You can take that into your relationships, your workspace, everything. So it's not learning a modality or trying to remember different techniques. It's really just tapping into the power you've got with your heart. So that's basically what my course, it's a 4 week course. What I do is explaining what the heart is, and then, like giving you tools and resources to be able to take that into your life. And yeah, so I'm really excited about that. That's in January. and
Is it
and the more I'm traveling, the more I'm learning to what I can share with people, what's relevant, and yeah, and also finding different ways to express my heart, because I can feel there's so much in there. But times, you're trying to express it, it is can be finding words for it is a bit challenging. So, and that's another aspect of the course, is like finding ways to express yourself, and that could be with speech, with could be like with song, with singing, playing instrument, art, writing, whatever it is. So it's finding your thing, and because we don't have to be like everyone else, we got to find who we are. That's the real power, and that's where the real change happens. Yes, it's good to focus on the issues in the world, but when it comes down to trying to make a difference in the world, is making a difference to you. And yeah,
Yeah.
so
Oh, that resonates with me so much. It's kind of
yeah,
that ripple effect, right? That
yeah, yeah,
well, and I'm just thinking about Rock the Ripple, and now we're going full circle to how we even started, how we even come to know each other in terms of dreams was because of the Rock the Ripple podcast with Nereeda McInnes. So shout out
yeah.
to what was that, episode 16 with Nereeda, I think it was.
Nereeda.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and also like with what you do, like around energy management, like yes, you can help people clearing energies and blockages and stuff, but the power is like teaching people to do it for themselves. That's where the cherry on the top is. So
Yeah.
that's what I love what you do. Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Well, before we talk about me, I was gonna talk about you. Um, how do you feel, well, no, where do I want to start with this? When you were talking about connecting with your heart, I was reminded of the episode we did with Rebecca Barron, because we kind of summed up that episode, or how she expressed what dreams are. She basically said it's like your heart talking to yourself. That's what a dream is from her perspective. And so then hearing you talk about, your course that's coming up and how you're focusing on just teaching people how to connect with their heart and live more heart-centered life and all of that, and which is connecting with yourself. How has I guess paying attention to your dreams or learning more about your dreams, focusing on your dreams helped you evolve on that journey of connecting with your heart, I guess is my question.
It's filtered out a lot of shit, basically, a lot of crap that I don't need or don't need to focus on. So when I'm heart centered and I am, going through life and then into my dreams, and really focusing on how I feel, then it like really pushes aside all the things and the noise that is not relevant for me. Because I feel like I'm being very different in that sense that a lot of people like to research and understand the ins and outs. And so for me, I felt like that I would say like things that I was stupid or I was not intelligent in that way, that I wasn't, and not interested in learning those sorts of things. But the more and more I connected with my heart and realizing that I don't need to understand all these things, I just have to go within and I can feel it, that if it's relevant for me. And I feel like that's helped me with my dreaming, is not trying to have an out of body experience, not trying to lucid dream, not trying to have these flying dreams, and just let the dreams evolve naturally by just tapping into my heart.
Mm.
And so, like I've said in previous podcasts, is I have therapy sessions in my dreams. So it's those conversations that like I may not be able to have in reality with people that I would like to resolve. So it's shifting my energy. And then if that opportunity arises to have that conversation with that person, their energy is automatically shifted because mine has shifted
Mm.
without even having a conversation. It's happened in the dream. So, it is real. And so that's where it's led me. I don't know if that really answered your question, but
No, but it's beautiful. I don't know if it answered my question either. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was just I just wanted to hear a little bit more on your experience or your evolution in connecting with your heart and how the dreams have been.
you're muted or your audio is gone.
You can't hear me at all? Can you hear me? What's happened? You can't hear me?
Oh no, we've got Sarah's gone.
I don't understand.
Ah, there we go. I can hear you now.
I did nothing. Oh, it might be the internet. It just said your internet connection's unstable, so maybe it was just the
Ah,
internet. Well, that's a
but
turntable. Normally it's you. Like when we started this podcast, that it was you who had all of the internet problems. So here we are. End of the cycle. There will be no internet problems in the next season. I'm just putting that intention out in the universe.
yeah, I,
Um,
I think your question was like around how my like focusing on the heart has helped dreaming, and it's really just getting rid of the noise. So basically, touching on that, like um yeah, focusing on what's your strengths are, what you resonate with, and going with that, what feels good for you, um and it being you, not trying to be anyone else. So that's what helps for me, is getting rid of the noise.
yeah, no, I think that's beautiful. And hopefully
Yeah,
some of that resonates with our guests as well. Or our
yeah,
audience members. It's funny, I always get audience members and guests mixed up. I think that just means that every audience member we have is a potential guest. So, don't be shy. Reach out to us. We're friendly. We just want to chat about dreams. And there's a lot more to come in the future of Dream Oracle for you. So please reach out to us. um,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, do you
Uh,
have any like final thoughts or anything that you're excited about in the new year, apart from what we've discussed?
yeah. Oh my goodness. Um, there's so much, and
I always give you
there's
the easy questions, don't I?
yeah, you do. You give me the hard ones, and then I have to like think, and then I might not answer the question appropriately. Um,
Speak from the heart.
yeah, oh right, I gotta connect to the heart. That's right. Um, yeah. I'm just really excited to continue this journey. The journey of this podcast and just our friendship has like completely evolved in the last year. We've met some pretty amazing people through this podcast. We've had amazing conversations. We've learned a lot, and we're only just getting started. Like I know that we will um, that we're just gonna keep growing, keep getting bigger. We're gonna have more conversations. We're gonna have a variety of topics. Like I said, we've already been brainstorming, but I don't want to give away too much. Just gonna let that unfold. So stay tuned, everyone. I am looking forward to our next dream course as well, because that again was a lot of fun. And just getting more people excited about dreams and talking about dreams, connecting to your heart, connecting to the energy of your dreams to become the best version of yourself, because that's ultimately what we're doing here. We're talking about dreams. We're getting people interested in dreams, learning more about them so that we can help you learn and grow as individuals. And I think that I kind of want to backtrack. We got a little off topic when you mentioned about being able to make a change in the world starts with making a change in yourself. And then we got excited about Nereeda's podcast and Rock the Ripple. But that really resonates with me because, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world today. I mean, it's been going on for for decades and decades of, the stuff that's going on. And there's so much division in the world. There's so much stress and anxiety and just all this like negative energy that's going on in the world. And sometimes some of it you can't change. You can't always change who the politicians are, or what countries are fighting each other, or food scarcity, or there are just so many issues going on in the world that you don't always have control over. But what you always have control over is yourself and how you react or manage those things and where you put your energy. That's another thing too, is, you know, are you putting your energy into something that's taking away from your own energy and taking away from your quality of life and how you feel? Because if you are, it's a reflection point to make a change. And I think that's focusing on your dreams and getting to know yourself better, connecting with your heart, connecting with other people, having the conversations that we're having is one way to make a change in yourself. And when you become the best version of yourself, when you are at a high frequency vibration and not stuck in the low vibration fear trap that's put out there, you automatically make the world a better place. And like Rock the Ripple, if you make a change in your life that makes you in a better state of mind and happier, you're going to have an impact on those around you. And it's literally a ripple effect across the world. And we need more unity and less division in the world. And that starts by us focusing on ourselves.
Well said.
Thank you. Yeah, I guess that's a wrap, is it? Do you have anything
Yeah.
on your heart you want to say?
No, I can't top that.
Oh,
No,
Biljana.
yeah, it's just that I'm just excited for what's coming. I like everyone. I still have my ups and downs, but I'm excited for all the changes and really letting life flow how it's supposed to. So yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I can't thank you enough, Biljana, for agreeing to be my co-host for the show. It's been such a wonderful ride the past year, and I just look forward. I don't see, I mean, we don't know where the future will take us, of course, but I feel that Dream Oracle for you definitely has a whole lot more to offer, not just next year, but for the foreseeable future at least. So I just want to sincerely thank you for joining me on this journey because it has been an absolute pleasure to learn, to grow, and to get to know you better through this podcast. And I definitely want to just again thank you to all of our listeners, all of our guests that we've had in the past year. It has been again an absolute joy, an absolute wonderful ride to learn, to grow, and to have these fantastic conversations. I can't wait to see what guests we will bring on next year. And as always, everyone, just keep on dreaming.